My name is Kerry Tapuzian, and you're watching Functional Kiteboarding. Today's tip is on backroll, and it's a great tip. It's the one thing that I needed to know before I started learning this trip. And basically, the tip is to pull on your front hand hard. Okay, what does that mean? Let me explain it. So normally, when you're learning to do a backroll, you're going to bring the kite up to 12 to get ready for your small jump, at least for starting. And then you're also going to, at the same time, you're going to carve your board upwind about 90 degrees. So you bring it up to noon, you start to carve, you pull in, and then you're doing your rotation, okay? As soon as you start rotating, you pull hard on your forward hand, okay? They don't teach you this. What they tell you to do is they tell you to, okay, keep the bar parallel, your line straight, keep the kite up at 12 as you're coming around. And then when you see your landing spot where you're gonna land, they say then you pull down on your forward hand to bring the kite back over to, 11, 10 o'clock so that you can, or 1, 2 o'clock, depending on which way you're going, so that you have power to follow through to get you out of the trick. Well, that doesn't work. You have to pull early. And let me tell you, this is what happened. When I first started doing this trick, and it was a 9 meter, that's something else they don't tell you about. What size kite are they using? Because a 9 meter and a 15 meter are different animals. So I'm learning this trick on a 9 meter, and 9 meters move pretty fast. They're pretty fidgety, okay? So what happened the first time is I kept my bar straight, I came around, looked for my landing spot, and my kite was upside down. It was getting ready to do a tomahawk. I'm like, wait, how did that happen? I couldn't figure out what was going on at first, but then I figured it out. What was happening was, that kite, that 9 meters moving pretty fast, no matter what you do. So when you're bringing it up from 10, 11, 12, you pull in, it doesn't stop moving. It's got momentum. It keeps going. 1, 2, 3. And in my case, it went to 4, 5, 6, and it's upside down. So basically, luckily, one of my friends was watching, and he says, Kerry, you got to pull hard on your front hand. So what that does is when you do that, and think about this, you only have got a second when you're rotating around, okay? But that's enough time for that 9 meter to just keep going through that wind window. So as soon as you bring that kite up to 12, you start carving, you do your jump, you don't wait. You pull on your front hand, okay? Because what that's gonna do is gonna put brakes on your 9 meter from keep going to 1, 2, 3, and it's gonna stop it, and it's gonna start to bring it back the other direction so that you've got power when you exit the turn, okay? Now, so what happens if it's a 15 meter? So do you have to do anything different? No, okay? Because this is what happens with a 15 meter. 15 meters are slow, right? They're not moving as fast. But this is what happens. You do the same thing, you do your jump, the kite is at noon, maybe it'll go to 1, but then when you come around and you look for your landing and then you pull, it's still up there. It's still up at 12, 1 o'clock. It doesn't have that momentum to move as fast as you want. You want the thing to start moving, you've got to give it a head start. So what you do is the same thing. You pull hard on your front hand so that it starts coming back. So within that 1 second when you're doing a rotation, it's giving you power to take you out, okay? So I'm just gonna tell you, when you finally do your first, successful back loop, you're gonna be smiling for days. It's crazy fun. And I'm also gonna put a video in here that I watched for a couple weeks every day, because what I did was I memorized everything. I memorized the move. I would watch the head, where the head was, where the hands are, what they did, where the feet were, where the board was. And then I also turned the volume off and I just watched it over and over again to the point where I could just, in my mind, I could do the whole trick in my head. My name is Kerry Tapuzian, and you've been watching Functional Kiteboarding. Take care of yourself.